Good morning, everyone. I got one or two emails from some of the students with regard to that last lecture that we had before the lockdown, and this is just a short video on those slides. I think most of the slides are quite self-explanatory, so I'm just going to run through it, and I'm going to skip through the theory bits, but you will be able to get most of the information as we go through. So we're still busy with Unit 3, overview of cost planning, and everything here still stays the same. So as you go through Chapter 5 of Maritz and Sigley, the Green Book, I'm just going to scan through these. You can just go through the theory. Please read it through while go through the whole book once you go through the slides. Okay, so the main thing about rate build-ups for the contractor is firstly you have your material, then your labor, your costs, and then you have your plant that you add to that, and then you add time, a cost of time to those items, then you add a percentage for downtime or anything like that to get to your profit or your rate. And also on the percentage that a contractor might add is a profit margin. So basically you take your cost of all your labor, plant, and your time costs, and then you add a percentage to that to calculate your rate. Okay, so this is more or less a theory. I'm not going to test you guys on this too much in this subject. We might look at it a little bit later on, but at this stage you'll probably get your rate from historical data, and if you do not have rates, you can get quotes from from suppliers and so on, and then do the rate build-up as highlighted here in this slide to get to a relative rate. So you can use your discretion on that. I'll just basically look at whether you've applied all of the thinking method or rationale behind actually calculating your rate. Okay, so that's with regard to that item. Then cost per unit method. I'm just going to run through this. You've got your square meter method. Most of you should be able to get the idea from the theory bit on this. Okay, because the example that I've posted a video on actually contains most of the explanation of how to actually use or calculate the single price method. So this is a bit of a recap for most of you. You've got your unit method, you've got your square meter rate method, and you've got your cube method, and then you apply your experience whenever you do your calculations. Okay, so unit method, I'm just going to run through this, is basically where you have a certain amount of units, your historical data you use to calculate a unit rate, and the example that I've used in the slides was just a hospital where you've got a historical cost of 80,000, you've got your units, you had 8 beds in this unit, you just get your rate per bed and you apply that to your new building. Okay, then you can go through your advantages by yourself. It's all theory. Disadvantages, same thing as that. Okay, so just go through this. Then your possible applications, okay, also theory that you can go through. Very important that I want to highlight in this slide is please go through your example 1 of appendix 1. This is where you will get an idea. Okay, and then you can have a look at this video that we also watched during the lecture. You can just copy and paste this URL. Then the area method, same thing applies. You just calculate your area of your historical building divided by, and you take that rate divided by the area that you calculated, and you take that rate and you multiply it with your new building. Okay, so still very much theory in all essence. So again, you can go through your example 1 of appendix 1. Okay, here's just the calculation, same building, calculated the area to get a rate, and then your cost of your new building. You just take the area and you times it with your rate to get the new estimated basic cost. Okay, so the advantages again is theory. I'm just going to run through this. Before a particular tariff can be used correctly, it is important to always first determine what is included in the tariff. This is very important and to take note of. Okay, then the cube method. I think this is the one that I got the most questions on, and the main thing about this is you will see in your appendix 1 and I think it's appendix 2, you will see there's a little section of reading work, and this is actually how the formula works. So there's two options with regard to your cube method. You've got your if you've got a flat roof, for your height of your building, you basically take the top of your foundation up to 600 millimeters above your roof, and that is your height that you times with your square meter rate or square meter area of your building to get the cube or volume of your building. Then the other formula that you need to use is the same. If you've got a pitch roof, you take the middle of your pitch roof height up to the top of your foundation level to get your height. The main thing why this formula is implemented is to get to a point where you can actually compare apples with apples, and obviously to take it slightly up in your roof is just to include the roof construction in your calculation. It's just the allowance that is built into the calculation of your volume of your building. Okay, so here's all the theory. You can go through that. Here's the formulas explained, and then you can look at the reading work. Reading work in your appendix 1, and you will actually see how that formula works. And in the example, I also explained that. Okay, so you can have a look at this. Your example, again, you've got your 80,000 Rand divided by the volume of your building to actually get to the 90.06 cubes, and then you just times that rate with your new volume of your new building to get a new basic cost. Okay, then again the theory sections. So please go through this. Please have a look at the lectures of the examples. Those are the most important ones that you need to try out. So, but if you do struggle, please do not hesitate to email me, and I'll try and sort it out. Thank you. Keep up. Bye.